when all else fails and you don't have anything to film in a day,
Play a game.
just play a game. Well, we haven't filmed anything yet, not one time today.
Because it takes us till 5 in the evening just to get ourselves ready for the day.
Welcome to our family, everyone.
By the time we've fed the children and clothed the children and fed ourselves and clothed ourselves and...
Yeah, that's true. After we do all that, then it's time to feed the children again.
Yeah.
So here we are, almost 5 o'clock, just going out for the day and doing things for the day. And we did a few things at home to get ready for the move, but...
I did the dishes. That doesn't really get me.
Well, kind of it does. I packed a few things. Started getting some stuff ready. Anyway, we were headed to Leisl's parents' house to help Leisl's mom clean her kitchen so that we can make a little bit of money so that we won't be destitute. Because heaven knows that Derek hasn't worked in 2 weeks, so... it's fine. I've actually looked into some sort of like online teaching job because there will still be a month when we move before I start teaching stuff, and it's called VIP Kids. It's like an online English teaching job where you teach Chinese kids English. I'm not like super excited about it, but if nothing else works out up there, then it's what I'm gonna do. So I have a cousin looking into some stuff up there, and then there's also a temp agency up there, so we'll see. We'll see if there's anything up there. Anyway, other than that, welcome to our day. Sorry it's starting so late, but that's how it is. That's our life. That is how we do it. Sorry, okay, now I'm just rambling, so we're gonna go. Okay, bye. Hi guys, sorry, our camera battery has died in my pocket. I probably turned on while we were cleaning, but it's dead. But we're gonna play a game with Leisl and her mom right now. This is 20 questions to ask a mom on Mother's Day. I know it's not Mother's Day, but we're gonna ask these questions either way. So 20 questions to ask your mom any day.
And then as much as you can.
Well, she was worse than me, though. I wasn't going to think about it. Married people were boring. So when I played with my sister and we got to the point that we were supposed to get married and have kids, game over, because that was boring. So
I see.
I didn't really either. Although as I got older, being a mom was all I wanted to do. In my future?
Yeah.
As a young child, or like, you know, a life of whirlwind romance, clearly.
An adventure, right? Adventure.
I was going to be a ballerina and a secretary.
And a secretary.
I was going to be a doctor.
Oh, that's cooler.
Wow.
Clearly I am neither of those things.
Clearly I am not a doctor. My mother was a good mother, so she was a good example.
Say, me and my mom are like best friends, so I'm going to be real upset if they're not my best friends. That's all
You'll
I
be
want.
real mad.
I just want us to have so much fun together like I did with my mom.
Oh, that's very interesting.
You know, when you look at it again,
Goes to missions, studies missions, and the centuries.
Derek and I met through a mutual friend. We were forced to sit next to each other when we went to go see Les Mis at a community theater. Well, we knew we wanted to have kids. You wanted 4 and I wanted 3. Because you had grown up with 3 and I had grown up with 4, and apparently we decided that each other's was better. I don't know. I just have a thing with odd numbers. I don't have a problem with 4 siblings. But we were on birth control. We were going to wait. And then, like, we weirdly thought we got pregnant on honeymoon. So then we had to discuss about whether or not we were ready, and we decided we were ready. So then we went off birth control and started trying to get pregnant. And I'm a little bit of an anomaly. I took a pregnancy test. My period was like, I don't even think it was a full day late when I took the pregnancy test for the twins. It came up positive, and I just walked into the bedroom and was like, honey, and showed it to you. And he was like, are you kidding me? Is this real? And it was.
That's true. I was there.
We discussed it before we got married because, you know, since I didn't want kids and he did, we had to sort that out.
And then they decided they both wanted a small family, and small to my father is 7.
Yeah, small to me was 4. I won. Oh, wow. I think it was very planned. So
Thank you for telling him.
Because I don't think I even took a pregnancy test. I just knew, you know, I missed my period long enough. And I was pregnant.
Yeah, I was too impatient to wait to see if my period was not coming, basically. The day it was supposed to start, I took a pregnancy test.
Wow, that's really weird and great sense of responsibility, right? That's kind of freaky.
But I also feel like it helped me understand my parents a little better.
Definitely.
Because just like the moment these babies were born, just like that overwhelming sense of like love is so intense that you like understand where your parents are coming from a little bit more.
I would agree with that. I concur.
Well, my mother's pregnancies were perfect, so
I had a little bit of morning sickness. I think might have thrown up once to a child. But yeah, my pregnancies went really well.
Well,
Any problems?
I had the morning sickness from hell, so it's worse with twins, and it was bad. And I remember trying to hide it from my coworkers. They found out way before everyone else because I just couldn't come up with any more excuses for why I kept running out of the room to vomit. So I remember the day that I told them, and I literally threw the things I was holding at my coworker Heather, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up! And I just threw everything at her and ran out of the room, and I came back and they were like, are you okay? Did you need to go home? And I was like, well, I may as well tell you I'm not contagious, I'm not sick. I'm pregnant. So I had tons of morning sickness and then round ligament pain, which is awful and was worse than my labor. It's terrible.
Your labor was sick.
My labor was great. And I had preeclampsia, so that sucked, but the only symptom I had from preeclampsia was high blood pressure. I never got the whole like swollen ankles or anything.
Let's see. Tanika was delivered at Papakura Maternity Hospital. Everyone else was at Payson Hospital. Mountain View, sorry. I remember it was a Friday morning when I knew I was in labor and with Tanika, and we called and they said, yeah, you should come in. And they were hoping, because it was shift change, right? They were hoping that I would come after the shift change, but I didn't. And my doctor was gone, so I had his father actually deliver Tanika. And Devon, I went into labor Christmas Day, and I was determined I wasn't going to have him Christmas Day.
I'm sure he appreciates it.
So, and I remember the night before he was born, I spent all night in the bathtub because the warm water relaxes you, so it's like labor pains down because I vomit. So we made it to the 27th, and then we get there, and after all of that, he's breech, and I had to have a cesarean. And was he the one? He was the one where they couldn't find the doctor, right? So that's when yep.
I couldn't find him.
He was changing offices, and he was moving his records. So he wasn't at his old office, he was in the new office, but they didn't know he was there. So I had a different doctor deliver Devon, but then when this is going to age me, Desert Storm, my doctor went off, well, he wasn't doctor, he was in I switched to the doctor who delivered with and really liked him. So
Don't you die?
but actually, yes, but then Leisl and Wesley were actually delivered by the father.
I knew that.
So, in the hospital.
His dad
with the
almost
doctor
dropped
there.
me, right?
And those two
Only
things I
a little bit,
remember,
he
right?
says.
Your delivering Leisl was a breeze because she was tiny. So she was easy. And delivering Wesley was my hardest. I yelled at the doctor.
And your husband.
And my husband. Yes.
She told me she was pushing.
Yes, they told me, push. No, I didn't tell him I was.
Oh. I can't. That's what it
The
was.
doctor
I
turned to
can't.
Dad and said, I think it might hurt.
Because you didn't get epidurals, right?
No.
You just did local anesthesia. Kind of think I might try that. Since my labors seem to be non-existent anyway.
Yeah.
So I went into labor early Tuesday morning, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and the whole pregnancy had been concerned that I wouldn't know when I was in labor, and everyone kept saying, oh, you'll know. And I was like, okay, I hope so. So I went into labor, but truthfully, and this is embarrassing, I thought I was just constipated. And so I just kind of like ignored it, and then I woke up a little later and I had started spotting. And I wasn't too concerned because there wasn't a lot of blood, and I had been warned by the nurses at labor and delivery that can happen, and that not to worry about it unless it gets like really heavy or like is a bright red. So it was kind of a pink, and so I wasn't concerned. And then I was gonna go to class that day. I had every intention of going to school. I had a non-stress test scheduled for after class, so I figured if I was still spotting, I'd just mention it to them at my test. And then right before I was supposed to leave for class, the bleeding started to get heavier, and so I was like, oh, we should probably go in, better safe than sorry. So we went to the hospital. I said to Derek, I need you to take me to the hospital. And he went, okay. So we went to the hospital. We had nothing with us because I didn't think I was in labor. And they hooked me up to a non-stress test, and nobody there thought I was in labor. They called my doctor, and she said, well, just check and see if she's dilated. So they went to go check, and I was dilated to a 7. So I was immediately whisked off to labor and delivery, and they began the process, and the girls were born the next day because it was very slow after that. I dilated to a 7 without knowing, but then I only progressed to a 9 in like 13 hours until they finally broke my waters. What's unique about my babies? Like, what separates them from other babies? Or like, how do I tell them apart? Or, well, Ella has her little heart-shaped forehead birthmark. Sometimes I call her the Queen of Hearts. Even though the Queen of Hearts is a mean person, it doesn't matter. And Dallas, just when she goes cross-eyed, that's not that unique probably, I don't know. Different from Ella, she eats a lot more. She is awake a lot more.
Let me think. Devon ate every 2 hours around the clock for like 18 months.
Like 18 years.
I always told Leisl she was my angel baby. She was such a good baby. That was why we had Wesley.
You're welcome, Wesley.
I just apologize to Tanika all the time because she was our first and we had to learn on her. But she was a good baby. Breastfeeding didn't work too well. I think I starved her for the first couple of months. So she was tiny. She didn't grow really quick. And I used to call Wesley Pooh Bear. He was chubby and cute and happy.
Our girls are pretty chill. They're pretty calm babies.
I got to eat a lot, and I knew that it would come off afterwards.
I liked feeling them when they weren't kicking me in the ribs. Like the little movements. And when they kind of like push against things that didn't cause me pain. We're still in it, and I love the cuddles.
Yeah, I love cuddling babies.
They're so soft.
And they smell good.
Wow, let me tell you.
I think I love watching them discover new things. everything is new and exciting. I think sharing in their accomplishments and helping them learn. And everyone learns in a different way and is good at different things. And you got to do things together. I liked helping them educationally, but doing it together. Oh, she just threw up on me.
Uh-oh.
Well, on her actually. What did I like? Is that what she said?
What stands out?
What
to you?
stands out about the teenage years?
Oh,
Moody
what
children.
kind of horrible stories is she about to tell about me?
No. You know what? And they're moody and they're trying to find themselves. But it's, I mean, you can talk to them like adults and you can have fun in different ways. And there were different things that it was fun. Stressful too, definitely, but there were fun things we did together. Watching my kids succeed.
When they got to come home from the NICU, and I got to have them with me all the time.
Enjoy them. Don't keep thinking, oh, when they're, I can't wait till they're, just enjoy where they're at right then and love them.
Everyone's gonna give you advice you don't want, and I'm really sorry. They're not judging you. So I'll just tell myself that, but just remember that you have to do what's best for you and your family. And that if people are gonna judge you, then they're gonna judge you. But that doesn't mean that you should change what you're doing. You just have to be confident in your parenting and know that you're doing the right thing.
Okay, thanks for playing.
2 hours later.
Her throat made weird noises. Could you hear that? I don't know. Speaking of hearing, guys, Denise and Leisl are really soft-spoken. So if that whole fiasco you can't hear, I'll try and edit it, but I'm sure you can hear them. But they're just naturally soft-spoken.
I tried to be loud-ish. My mom is naturally very soft-spoken, especially when she feels like nervous.
Yeah.
But we also, my uncle was over, and so we didn't want to be too
You don't want
loud
to be like
and interrupt what my dad and my uncle were doing.
Be quiet. We're filming over here. It's fine. Anyway, that was fun. I learned a lot from Leisl and her mother today. Guys, when all else fails and you don't have anything to film in a day,
Play a game.
just play a game. Have an interview. Like, it was fun.
Y'all just get to listen to my mom's accent, if nothing else.
And you got to see the babies for like a whole 20 minutes. Like, that's more than you have ever had.
And Ella slept the whole time, which is why she keeps waking up right now.
Which is why it's 1:25 in the morning. And she's still in there just like... Okay, she might not be wide awake, but she's not going to bed. It's fine, it's fine.
At least she's quiet right now.
At least she's quiet.
She's happy and not screaming. Like,
Yeah.
It's so fun. I'm not mad.
Dallas has gone like 4 or 5 hours without eating, though.
They can usually, she usually gets a pretty good 5 or 6 hour stretch sometime during the night.
Oh, okay. All right, that was our day. Thanks for watching the interview with Leisl and her mom. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to subscribe to Leisl's channel. She has videos that she creates. What?
Can you tell it's 1:30 in the morning right now?
Getting loopy.
Going a little crazy.
Sorry, I fell asleep in narcolepsy. It's fine. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. As always, have courage.
Be kind.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.